Hello, my clay friends. This is RB Jules with STO Handmade Craft Spot. Today, we're going to talk about wire wire wrapping tools. Because these are going to be the main tools that you're going to use in 90% of your wire wrapping. There are other tools that we will get into later on, but these are going to be your basic tools that you're going to use. And this one comes in a little nylon pouch, and it has all of the tools encased in it, and I have them all labeled, which is a good idea if you're new to wire wrapping and you don't know what the tools are. You can label them, and that way you can keep up with the tools, and and you can study the names, so after a while you won't need the labels and tapes of each of the tools, as you familiarize yourself more with the wire wrapping tools. So, and it comes in this nice beautiful pouch, that way you can keep it with your tools. Okay, I don't have my tools in a pouch like this. I just keep them nearby in a huge container because I have many tools, different sizes, for different types of wire weaving or wire wrapping projects that I'll do. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you, this is a basic wire wrapping set, and this is pretty much all you're gonna need to do just about any project. We're going to start with the first one. This is your basic round nose pliers, and as you can see, it's wider at the bottom and it gets smaller at the top, and that's good for making your loops. You can make really tiny small loops, and you can make different loops at different sizes. When you're basically, if you're making a pair of earrings, or if you are making a bell, if you're making jump rings, you can use this. And that's pretty much what this is good for. And it also is good for if you want to make like curly cues, different types of circular shapes and that thing in that nature. It's good for that. If you're making clasps, it's good for that. And this is what you will use it for. And it has a nice rubber tip for gripping your gripping your pliers. Really nice grip to it. So that's what you would use that one for. The next one that I'm going to pull out, you can use this. I really don't use it at all, but some people choose to. These are called end cutters, and basically what it does, it cuts the end of the wire, makes the wire cut more evenly, so when you make your curls and things of that nature, as you can see, it'll cut straight down and give you an even cut. And again, has nice rubber grip, so when you use it, be very easy to use. And those are your end cutters. These are your side cutters, and I use these like 90% of the time. This is pretty much what I use 90 to 100% of the time. When I'm cutting, even when I make my jump rings, or any cut that I make to a wire, or when I snip a piece of wire off, this is what I use. And this side is the side that you know, that you will cut the wire with, and the other side is like a little bucket. It can catch a little snip of wire, but a large piece of wire, you want to be careful. So generally, when I cut with this here, I generally hold it over that way. That way a piece of wire doesn't launch off and go into the room somewhere where it could put someone's eye out or step on it. Does not feel good at all. Step on a piece of wire that you just cut. So, and also when you cut with these particular pliers, it gives you like a kind of a slanted cut. It's not an even cut at all. So you generally would have to file it down when you use it, or use a different particular piece of equipment for an even cut. Or you could use the end cutters, as you can see, where it would give you a much more even cut. Okay. And these are your chain nose pliers. You can do just about anything with these pliers, from squishing down a piece of wire with the end of it. You can use it to hold when you have your jump ring and you want to hold it in place, and you can spool, you know, the piece with your hand, or you can take another plier and go it around if you want to make it much more neat, make it much more neater, and not have like a nestled wire look. And I know you said, what is she saying, nestled wire look? You know, you just take the wire and it looks like it's just something crazy came off the spool, and that's a pretty cool look if that's what you're going for. And also too, this is good for if you want to bend your piece of wire and you want to close it in really well and make it really tight to make a point in your wire for a particular piece that you want to use. As you can see, it has like a spring mechanism in the pliers also, so it goes back and forth. It has like a little duck bill to it. Again, it has nice it has nice rubber tools, rubber handle. This here is your flat nose wire. And this one you can, you know, make hooks, make square hooks if you're gonna, depend on if you make bindings for your wire. You can also hold it to, you know, when you're making loops and you want to spool your wire. It's also good for that. And you can also, because it's kind of square, you can make like square shapes all the way up the side of the plier. And there are a lot of things you can do. You can actually do little cool designs with the wire. Okay, and then too, all of these have a nice spring mechanism in it, so your plier springs back and forth. And again, it has a nice rubber grip to it. Very easy and comfortable to hold. Very good. The one thing I wanted to say about these side cutters is that they are very, very precise in cutting. The precision in this plier is completely awesome. Completely awesome. You can get down there as far as it'll allow you and cut right down into the wire in your piece. And most of the times I don't have to bend it. I can just slightly tuck it, if that, because it gets down in there so good that you can't even really see the wire. So you just may have to take it and, you know, take your chain nose pliers and kind of mash it to the side a little bit. And that's what this is good for also, when you do your wire wrap pieces and you want to press the wire together or push the wire down in there and press it. The needle nose pliers is really good for that. So this is basically your basic wire wire wrapping toolkit right here. And I'm going to say this because I don't want you all to think every video that I'm going to talk about was in my store. But all of the tools, all of the pieces, canes, cabochons, you name it, are going to be in my store. The wires that we're going to use, the tools, they're going to be in there in the form of the plier sets, as well as individual pliers that I'm going to have in the store as well. I just want to make sure that I have everything that you need to get started crafting beautiful pieces of wire jewelry, whether it's wire woven or, you know, basic cut pieces. And I'm going to show you how to do all of the basic stuff that's going to lead up to doing the wire weaving itself. So we're going to do a few of the basic steps. So in the next video, we're going to be talking about wire gauges, and I'm also going to bring the tools back out, and I'm going to demonstrate how each tool works with a wire. And that's going to be pretty cool. And I will share some basic tips in terms of handling the wire, you know, so that you can hold it correctly and be able to grip it, things of that nature. So that's coming up next in the next video. So let's get ready to start making some really, you know, cool pieces, you know, practicing and just having fun, most of all having fun without a lot of pressure. That's the whole point of sharing my skills as a wire, as a, you know, jewelry design artisan. So until next time, stay creative. Bye.